everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the Cooau's FX-9P. Now, Cooau is a company that sells on Amazon, and their specialty lies with security cameras, action cameras, portable projectors, and dash cameras. Now, I have a couple of their security cameras, and they have never failed me yet in the 2 years that I've had them. They never lost Wi-Fi signal. The app never gave me any problems. So they are very dependable security cameras. They are always on and recording 24/7 and still going very strong till this day. And like many tech products, they have evolved and their designs have changed a little bit in the last couple of years. Which brings us to one of their brand new products. It is a foldable, brushless motor, optical flow sensor, remote tilt adjustable 4K camera, GPS quadcopter ready to fly. So taking a closer look, it looks to be very well made with rounded off body style instead of the rectangular look. We got a huge fixture with LED light in the front, and just beneath it is the 90-degree remote tilt adjustable 120-degree field of view 5G Wi-Fi FPV camera, which uses the 802.11 AC protocol in the 5 GHz network band. It records 2048 by 1088 pixel videos and 4096 by 3072 pixel photos in the SD setting to the micro SD card, and records 1920 by 1080p videos and 4096 by 3072p photos to the phone app, and thus into the camera roll of your phone or device. It also has a 720p optical flow sensor camera for non-GPS position hold on the bottom, and here is the micro SD card slot. It supports from a 8 GB micro SD card up to a 64 GB micro SD card, and a class 10 or higher micro SD card is recommended. We have a couple of rubber footing under the front body and landing legs under the motor pods in the rear to stick the landing, and under each of the arms are status LED lights that are minimal in size visually, but provide nice bright green and red illumination. We have brushless motors with individually screwed on leaflet style props, and on the top is the battery bay. And they do provide you with two 7.4 volt 1600 milliamp lithium ion batteries. They are said to be good for about a 22-minute flight time for each, for a combined total of 44 minutes of flight time. Squeeze the two knobs, one on each side, to unlock, and pull up to remove the battery. Charge it up using the provided USB to micro USB cable via the micro USB port. Now, my batteries took about 3 to 4 hours to fully charge from about a 20% charge. Press and hold the power button to check the remaining charge left in them. Press and hold once again to power off. Now, that is how the quadcopter will power on and power off as well. Line it up and push it in to lock it into place. The remote controller has fold-out hand grips, and it feels good in the hands. It's got flip-out antennas, but they are both non-functional. The real antenna is tucked inside the controller. Now, the phone holder also flips out to the first lock position and has a spring-loaded release lever to open up all the way to the second lock position. Now release the lever to once again close it up from the second position to the first position, and then from the first position to all the way closed. Up on the left shoulder, we have the speed changing button. Speeds 1, 2, and 3 can be had. There is the camera tilt down button, and on the right shoulder is the camera tilt up button and the photo video button. Short press for photos and long press for videos. In the front, we have the power push button on and off switch. A short press will power it on, and a long press will power it off. We also have the 1 key to take off and 1 key to land button, and we have a physical point of interest or the circle me button. We also have a physical waypoints button, the return to home button, which if you press it, the quadcopter will come back and land automatically to the home point or where it took off. And we also have a physical follow me button. Now down press on the throttle stick for headless mode. Down press on the pitch and roll stick for the trim function. Long beep is the center. Now both sticks to the bottom and in will arm the motors, and holding the throttle down will disarm the motors. Charge up the built-in 3.7 volt 300 milliamp battery via the micro USB port using the provided charge cable. Alright guys, so here we go with the test flight of the Cooau's FX-9P. Battery fully charged and inserted, and I have a formatted micro SD card, 32 gigabyte inserted. So let's power it up. Alright, power up the remote. Up and down on the throttle completes the binding process. And let's see here, let's go into the Wi-Fi phone app. I'm going to be using my iPad and go to the Wi-Fi section, and I'm already connected to the HK 5G 4K GPS Wi-Fi network. And here's the app. It's called the HK Fly GPS app. Free downloadable app in the App Store, so go ahead and check it out. And there you go. Let's enter the interface. And let me go ahead and screen record. 3, 2, 1, boom. Right, it says please take care of safety. Keep a distance of more than 3 meters. Confirm. And it's asking me if I have already calibrated the compass. You say no, and that'll initiate the compass calibration. So let's go ahead and rotate. And it's telling me to do the vertical rotation, and let's do the vertical rotation, and I believe it's complete. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and calibrate the gyros, and all the calibration is done. By default, the camera is pointing down at about a 45-degree angle, so I'm gonna hit it up all the way horizon. So you can go all the way down to 90 degrees and all the way up to horizon. I'm going to leave it all the way up to horizon, and let's go ahead and check it out. Very hard to see out in the daylight sun, but I can kind of make it out. Here we go. There we go. I can kind of see it now. Alright, so we got pretty decent field of view, and it's reacting pretty fast. Now there's no gimbal or electronic image stabilization on this quadcopter, so expect the video to be a little bit shaky. Let's go ahead and take some photos with the hard remote. Here you go. Let's see what happens. It takes a little while. Tip: the aircraft is now in GPS flight mode. Alright, so it has acquired all the necessary GPS and all the lights are solid. One more photo, and let me take a photo this way. believe it takes a little while for it to download. And one more photo. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start the video. Long pressing the physical photo button. There we go. And it is counting down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the iPad right here on this table. We'll come back to it. Let's go ahead and check this thing out first. So both sticks at the bottom and in, arms the motors, and then you can go ahead and one key to take off after that. So arming the motors, one key to take off. And looks like we got position hold. We also have the optical flow sensor, so that's going to help out in position hold as well, but we have GPS position hold at the moment. Let's go ahead and yaw in place and see if it yaws in place. Yeah, it is drifting slightly, but very good. Okay, stop. That's pretty good. It drifted from right here to right here. Right? Lower it down. Let's get it angry. And it slowly moses back to its position hold spot. Okay, let's see what speed we are in. Okay. Okay, this is speed number 1. Forward pitching all the way. And full yaw. That's not bad. So if you want to take smooth videos, or the smoothest video, you want to do that in speed number 1, since it's not pitching that much, so you can still see some sky. So there's a little shakiness. That's to be expected because there's no electronic image stabilization, no gimbal. Hey, but it's not bad. Yeah, you can FPV with this thing. The field of view looks pretty good too. Okay, speed number 2. There you go. A little bit more dramatic pitch. And it's going pretty fast. A little bit faster than speed number 1 anyways. There you go. Not that it's going too fast. Yeah, that's not bad for speed number 2. I believe you can still see, yeah, you can still see the sky in speed number 2. Kind of wobbly. If it only had like a electronic image stabilization, that would have been really helpful to this one here. And there we go. That is speed number 2. And here it is. Let's go to speed number 3. Oh yeah, a lot more pitch, and now it's gotten a little bit faster. Yeah, I can actually use the word faster. There we go. Speed pass, digs in. Hey, not bad. And you still see sky. Oh, but not on the turn. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look like you're gonna dig in. And there you go, guys. Speed number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, my throttle stick kind of gets stuck. So even though I let go, it was still going. Alright, so it's facing me right now. And let me go and camera tilt down. Yeah, it works. And if I hold a button, pretty smooth. 1 speed servo. There you go. Okay, there's I believe there's like a zoom somewhere. Let's see here. There it is. There's the zoom, and you can zoom in. 50x, zoom out. I'm not sure if that's going to come out on the video recording on the SD card, but you can zoom in and out from the phone app. All right. Woo-hoo. Okay, let's go ahead and land it and establish our home point. So 1 key to land, and then you can go ahead and direct its path down. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I forward pitched it and it flipped over. The motors did shut off, so let me go ahead and clean this bugger up. Alright guys, so cleaned up the camera lens especially and wiped it down, and it is just like new. So let's go ahead and start it up again, and this time I'm going to manually take off. Well, a little slow to respond to the manual takeoff, but just as good. So first things first, let's go ahead and check out the return home, which is the most basic necessity on a GPS quadcopter. So this is the button. So short press it, and immediately it rises up in altitude, turns around, and heads back. Hangs there for quite a while, and now it turns around. So it takes a lot of time, and it's coming down, eating its own prop wash. Okay, let's see. And it stops briefly. Somewhat lengthy. And will it come back down? No, it does not come all the way down. It's just staying there. I'm not doing anything. So that'll be the return home. Wow, okay. So let me try that one more time. That's the first time I've seen a GPS quadcopter that doesn't fully land itself on a return home command. So rises up in altitude, turns around, hangs there for a while. We're going to turn around again. There you go. And starts to descend. Slows down. And it stops. And now either you can go ahead and fully land it, or you can go and fly again, I guess. Yeah, so it won't fully land. Alright, so if you want to land, you can do the 1 key to land. And then let me not pitch forward, trying to get into the... almost did it again. My pitch and throttle stick kind of gets stuck, you know. So, and that is the reason why it flipped over. Alright, one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to show you guys something here in the settings. You can put the maximum amount, or you can choose the parameter that you want to put in here. I put everything on the maximum amount. Okay, so that's what you want to do before you get started, and I didn't show you guys that. Alright, so let's go ahead and arm the motors once again and manually take off once again. So we know that the return home works great, but it slows down and it stops, and it just hangs there for you to decide what you want to do with it. Now let's check out the fail-safe return home, in which I'm going to turn off the remote control. So turned off the remote, and let's see what happens. Let's see if it does anything here. Yep, it responds after maybe a little less than 10 seconds, around there, and it heads back. Just backwards. It didn't turn around. And we should have 22 minutes of flight time, so we should be able to get all the testing done. If not, I do have an extra battery. This thing did come with 2 batteries. So let's see what it does now on a fail-safe. Does it come and land? Looks like so. Yeah. So it's going to land on a fail-safe return to home, but not by pressing the return to home command. And does the motor shut off? It's still idling. The motors are not shutting off by themselves. It is still idling there. Alright, let me go ahead and turn on the remote, and then up and down, and let me go ahead and throttle down all the way, and now I can shut the motors off. Okay, so next thing, let's go ahead and start it up again once more, and then manually take off. See how slowly it responds to the manual takeoff? Okay, the lights are blinking, however. Maybe it is already in low voltage? Huh. Okay, what I wanted to do was I wanted to turn it off and then turn it back on while it's coming back. So let's go ahead and see if it rebinds and if I can retake control of it once it starts to head back. And I turn on the remote control. So it's rising up in altitude and heading back. Up and down on the throttle, and looks like the return to home has paused and I have regained control of it. Alright, let's see how much battery life I have here. I still have good battery life, it looks like, but the lights are blinking. I'm not in return to home mode or anything, but the lights are blinking. Okay. Let's bring it down a little bit more and let's check out the Circle Me. So I'm going to place the quadcopter right above myself and I'm going to hit this button here. Okay, turns around and it goes away. Not that far. And does it turn around again? Okay. And does it commence the Circle Me? Yes, it does. Check it out. And let me go ahead and lower down the camera. Alright, here we go. Now let's see if I'm going to push it out with the pitch and roll stick here. And I'm going further away so I can actually change the radius. And let me let go of the stick. It kind of sticks on the side wall there. Alright, it is still continuing to circle me, and I can pull it towards myself to minimize the radius and increase the radius. Let's see if I can make it go faster by rolling to one side. Yep, it is going faster, and that is the fastest it'll go. Let me check it out. Yep, it's circling the car and myself. Nice. There it is. Continuing to do the Circle Me, or the point of interest. Now let's see if I go the opposite way. Let's see if I can rotate the opposite way. Yep. And let go of the stick. And it is continuing to circle around in the opposite direction. And I guess I can throttle up. Yep. I can throttle up and I can throttle down. And it is continuing to do the Circle Me. If I yaw, the yaw has no effect. Alright, so the Circle Me works really nice. I am very satisfied with the Circle Me function. The only thing is no electronic image stabilization, no gimbal, so it's a little shaky. Alright, so if I want to exit the Circle Me, I'll just press the exit or the Circle Me button once again, and there you go. I've exited the Circle Me. Alright, let's see. I don't think I can do the Follow Me because my iPad does not have cellular service. So let me go ahead and try it anyway. It's positioning itself somewhat, but it is continuing to go. It made a little turn. Now the follow me is not working because there's no cell service on my iPad. So let me exit that. So obviously I'm not going to be able to do the waypoints either with my iPad because the iPad does not have any service. So let's just see how far I can go with this thing. Let me go this way. And let's see how far I can go before the 5G Wi-Fi FPV dies out. Okay, I'm continuing to push it. And looks like distance is 50 meters. It is saying. Okay, continuing to push it. Physically, it looks like about 100 meters. And it's still registering at 90 and is continuing to go. So I still got good video. Oh, now it's getting a little choppy. It's going in and out. So even though it is using the 802.11ac protocol, it does get a little choppy here and there. Look at that. And I got my hand up in the air. I can still see it going. And the battery is about to die out. I got about good 30% maybe. Let's see what it says here. 39. No, it just says the volt, 7.38. Yeah, I'm continuing to push it and I can still see it way over there. But my video is starting to get really choppy. Sometimes stationary. I'm sure the DVR is recording it without any choppiness or loss of frame. But look at that, I'm still pushing it. It is still meandering. And basically I see a tiny little dot. And I think I should start heading back because I lost video. And the battery is about running out. But it is still going, I believe. I can see it disappearing little by little. And I'm still pushing it. Yeah, I think that is about it that I will push it because the battery situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the return to home button. And let's see if it returns to home. The return to home icon on the app has not lit up because I believe I lost Wi-Fi video as well. The Wi-Fi connection is lost. So hopefully it is starting to head back. I can see it way out there. Tiny little dot. I don't know if it's heading back yet, but kind of looks like it. I think it rose up in the air, turned around, maybe. And then it's heading its way back. Yep, it's getting bigger. It's coming back. Nice. No video. Yep, I completely lost Wi-Fi video. So it should have a low voltage return home as well. And this is not it. This is the return home command push button response, and it is heading its way back. I'm going to retake control. I'm going to hit the return home button again. And no, I don't think it's going to exit the return home. Now check it out. The lights are solid though. That is odd that the lights are solid. It's turning around and it is heading down. So is it going to stop and stay there? Or is it going to come all the way down? Yeah, this one does not land. It just stays afloat. It did, however, miss the landing pad by quite a lot. So if it lands right over here, it's going to be about good almost 7 or 8 quadcopter distances away. All right, so let's see here. Do I have video back? No, I do not have video back, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video recording. Whoops. Okay, I stopped the video recording. I'm gonna restart it. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and cruise around until low voltage hits. We are in speed number 1, speed number 2. Yeah, this thing is fun to fly. The only issue is the throttle or the pitch and roll stick gets caught. You see how it kind of gets caught. It doesn't want to bounce back to the mid position. It's rubbing on the sides. Perhaps I did it when I took the remote control apart. But there you go. It's still got good battery life, I guess. It's still going. It does look like it's flying nice and smooth, but the video didn't come out as good, and my Wi-Fi video did not come back. So I still don't have video. Unfortunate. Once it goes out, very hard to come back, I guess. So sometimes when it comes really close, it comes back. So the Wi-Fi is not really reliable. Now the lights are solid again. That's kind of weird. So does it get solid when the video is recording? Let's stop the video. Okay. It's still solid. Video is recording and it is still solid. So I'm not sure what that blinking of the lights were earlier. Okay. So I'm just going to waste out the battery here and see what happens when there's a low voltage situation. Woohoo! Since I'm not going to be looking at the app anymore, I'm going to don my sunglasses. Turning around. There's a lot of haze in the sky because of the fire, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke all around us. And it has been like that for a while because of the fire. Well, it's got pretty good control. Everything seems to be working really nice. It's just a little bit wobbly. Nice turns. Lights are still solid. So it's kind of like a flying security camera in a sense. The front kind of looks like one of those security cameras. So Cooau has some good security cameras, and they're entering into the the drone products. Okay, the lights started to blink, so I'm not sure what that is. Oh, there's a geofence. Check it out. I'm pushing it all the way, but it is not going. There is a geofence. Let me turn around. So this is the first phase of low voltage where there is a geofence. Lights are blinking, and I'm pushing the pitch all the way, and look, it hit the geofencing and bounced off, and it's just hovering there even though I have the pitch all the way. Look, the pitch stick is stuck. Alright, so there you go. That's the behavior of the first phase of low voltage. And it's going to hit the wall again. Boom. That geofence wall. So you can still fly around a little bit in this mode. but your distance is limited now. So you are geofenced in, and let's see how long this geofence is. It's acting a little bit strange. It digs in a lot and it kind of slows down a little bit. I think the battery has a lot to do with it. And this pitch and roll stick gets stuck. So, oh, check it out. Now it's going to land completely. So this must be the second phase of the low voltage return home. So it's just gonna land wherever it can. It was trying to come back, but the battery level is showing me just one dot left on the battery. So there you go, guys, my test flight and a review of the Cooau's FX-9P. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.